Okay, so this is your boy Stark OJ. And today we're gonna have, if you can tell by the title, it's gonna be my take on Luffy character. Now I'm planning on doing some more Luffy videos, like especially going into deeper, because I'm gonna touch on his role a little bit in here, but I'm gonna touch on his role a little bit more in his role in a role video like I did for Asta, and I'm planning on doing that for a lot more characters. But like I said, I would touch more on him, like that role part of his character, in a deeper, in another role video. So anyway, like I put a spoiler because this gonna contain a little bit of spoilers from here to there, but Luffy, of course, if you have stuck this, Luffy is the main character of Eiichiro's Oda, you know, series One Piece. If you don't know what One Piece is, you've been either living on a rock, don't have a phone, or never heard of any type of, or have never heard of any type of anime. So I feel like honestly, you have at least heard One Piece once. Top seller of manga, like top three comic sales of all time. But yeah, that's enough on Eiichiro's other work. But for me, honestly, my take on Luffy is pretty much gonna start with going to the thing is that a lot of static characters get heat for being static, and Luffy is pretty much no exception to that. Now, for me, I feel like being static helps him more than him having to be a zero to hero type character. Now, the reason why I say that is mainly because of what Luffy's role is in One Piece. Now, like I said, I wasn't gonna go into deep on here, but the reason why Luffy is there is not really to develop himself. It's mainly to develop the route around him, characters that interact around him, even villages that interact around him. To where if they thought one thing, he is there to kind of make people look. He doesn't want us to. It's like this. Luffy doesn't try to stand out. He's not really that smart of a character. And let's be honest. I mean, he don't like the thing is. Oda also said that he doesn't really think. He just does things. That's why you don't never hear him talking. Inner monologuing to himself, because that's how Luffy is as a character. Now, the thing I really liked about that is that honestly, it leads to him being in situations where actions are always more important than words. He'll give you a word. He might say some stuff like, even though he might not be the most poetic MC out there, he might say some stuff to encourage you, but a lot of his stuff is done by action. Him punching the Celestial Dragon without him really just saying much, but everybody know what the sentiment behind that was. Everybody thought he was crazy. There's certain people thought he was crazy, but a lot of people know that he was about to be, he really stopped that. He really punched him because of how rude he was acting towards one of his friends. So, and a lot of things that, like I said, Luffy does a lot of stuff with action, and that's why I really just like his character. Like jumping into Marineford, jumping into islands, jumping in international affairs and stuff like that will always be his go-to instead of having a whole type of conversation. And the only time he has a conversation is when it's kind of absolutely necessary to have those conversations. Luffy, even with this, Judge lashing out at, Judge lashing out at him, asking why he wants to pick Sanji, why he needs Sanji, he can find somebody better, stuff like that, and saying stuff like that. Luffy just literally said he didn't talk back to him, he didn't say nothing like that. All he said to Sanji was after they passed the boat is that why does he keep on naming excellent things about you? And that's one of the biggest statements to Luffy's character, is that Luffy also can, notice the stuff around him. He might not be the brightest, but there's a lot of stuff that Luffy does, and that, he has a little intuition. Him punching BB is probably one of the biggest reasons why I really liked him as a character, mainly because he knew VB. Like, honestly, the thing is, unlike certain MCs where a lot of them don't want people to die, and if they do die, they heartbroken from it. Luffy straight up tells her that people are gonna die. So, and he punches her, and like they get into a little scrap. But then he sits there and says that why are you the only one that putting your life on the line? Let us, all of us, put our life on the line, because that's what friends do. And that's what really made me like him. Even though all the discord that happened in Orlando Park, there's a lot of stuff that about Alabasta that helps Luffy characters a lot more and helps him, shine as a truly great character. Now the thing about it, a lot of people, like I said, want characters to develop, and Luffy does not need that develop. development. Instead, like I said, the best part for static MCs to grow is in a situation where everybody around him and everything around him needs to change rather than himself. So yeah, he has a little development, but I feel like him being is a static character instead of needing to change every arc really helps the story of One Piece move along. So, like I said, I'll get into his role, but I feel like honestly, this is what makes Luffy such a great character. This is what makes Luffy stand out as a character for me. Now, all right, so my personal opinion on Luffy is like honestly he's a great MC. I honestly tend to like static MCs a little bit more because the more you can catch about their character, the more you can understand the character, and the more that you see what he does in the series versus how. And honestly, I always really just had a lot of my top three and like top five. Either they have had extraordinary development based on certain things that will make anybody change, or the characters who are really just static in nature and have deeper meanings as to why they need to be like that within story effects. Like I said, within One Piece, since Luffy is a needed character in One Piece to help move the plot along, he is obviously doing what he's supposed to do right. Now, also another thing I want to add from my personal take is that character, Luffy is just a fun character. Yeah, a lot of people like to say that, oh yeah, he's one of those loudmouth eating characters, but let's be honest, I wouldn't have Luffy any other way. Like honestly, that's just like how like I said, I love how he takes his actions first instead of using words to explain everything. How every time and he's always in almost in every situation where there's always something needed to be done rather than said. And a lot of his crew can take up for that what needs to be said role, while Luffy does his role as captain and also does a lot of stuff that, you know, and he has a way of thinking about himself that makes more sense than anything. So I feel like honestly that's just my personal opinion on Luffy himself. So this has been Stark OJ. If you like this video, you can thumbs up, share this video, subscribe if you're new here. I would probably like I said but if you dislike this video or don't agree, you can leave a comment down there why you saying you don't like this video, why disagree with something that I said. Also, like I said, while you're here, you might as well leave a thumbs up. But this has been Stark OJ. Peace. Stark OJ.